We are about to step into a world so grand, so passionate, so heartbreakingly beautiful, it will sweep you off your feet. Yes, today we are diving headfirst into the magnificent, the unforgettable, the one and only, Anna Karenina by the literary giant, Leo Tolstoy. Get ready for a journey into the heights of love and the depths of despair, all set against the glittering backdrop of 19th century Russia. It's going to be absolutely epic. I can't wait to explore this incredible world with all of you. Alright everyone, settle in, because before we dive deep into the swirling drama of Anna Karenina, we absolutely have to talk about the master himself, Leo Tolstoy. This man wasn't just a writer, he was a literary titan. A giant of Russian literature, and honestly, world literature. Think epic, think profound, think stories that grab your soul and don't let go. We're talking about masterpieces like War and Peace, a book so monumental, so sprawling, it's practically a universe in itself. And of course, the reason we're all here today, the magnificent Anna Karenina. But Tolstoy wasn't just about grand novels. Oh no! He was a thinker, a philosopher, someone who wrestled with life's biggest questions. He poured his heart, his intellect, his very being into his work. He deeply loved humanity, and you can feel that in every page, yet his own life was, shall we say, intensely complicated, especially when it came to love and family. He even got involved in philanthropic work, trying to make the world a better place. What a fascinating, complex figure. Understanding a bit about Tolstoy himself just adds so much depth to reading his incredible books. You just know his own experiences and struggles are woven into these timeless tales. Okay, so we've talked about the magnificent Tolstoy, but now let's set the stage. To truly get Anna Karenina, you have to understand the world it was born into, 19th century Russia. Oh my goodness, this was a time of huge contrasts, a real whirlwind of change. Imagine this: on one hand, you have the glittering, opulent world of the Russian aristocracy. We're talking lavish balls, extravagant lifestyles, a society obsessed with appearances and intricate social rules. It was all very glamorous on the surface. What? And this is a bit but. Beneath that shimmering veneer, there were deep currents of unrest and hypocrisy. Russia was grappling with massive social shifts. The emancipation of the serfs was a huge deal, and there was this constant tension between old traditions and the encroaching influences from Western Europe. It was a society in flux, a society questioning itself. And this is so crucial for Anna Karenina. Hi Nico-san. So glad to have you join our Anna Karenina deep dive today. Now everyone, hold on to your hats, because we're about to step into the story itself. We'll meet the main characters and see how this incredible, dramatic tale kicks off. It's where all the passion and heartache begin to unfold. And just a little heads up, there might be some light spoilers ahead as we introduce the setup, so if you want to go in completely fresh, maybe cover your ears for a moment. Ready? Let's go! This is where the magic of Tolstoy truly starts to shine. You know, Nico-san, and everyone watching, speaking of introductions and those first few pages, gosh, isn't that just the most exciting part of cracking open a new book? I always get this little thrill, wondering what kind of world I'm about to fall into. Hi Kyudo-san. It's so wonderful to have you here with us today. I'm Mini-Koneko, and we're just about to get to the joy side part, meeting the incredible characters of Anna Karenina and seeing how this whole unforgettable drama begins. So, everyone, get ready! We're about to introduce the main players and witness the very beginning of the story's turbulent journey. And, just a friendly little warning from me as we talk about how things get started, there might be a few tiny spoilers about the initial setup. So, if you're someone who wants to go into this amazing book totally blind, maybe just for a moment or two. Alright, are you all as excited as I am? Because this is where Tolstoy really starts to weave his magic, pulling us into a world of passion, societal intrigue, and choices that will change lives forever. It's so good. Let's dive in. Oh, Theodoressa, and everyone watching. You know, when we're on the verge of meeting new characters in a grand story like Anna Karenina, it makes me think, it's like that feeling when you're about to be introduced to someone new and fascinating in real life, isn't it? Okay, double T confectionery son, and everyone, thank you for your patience. Right then, where were we? Yes, the grand beginning of Anna Karenina. So, picture this, the story largely kicks off with strife in the Oblonsky household in Moscow. Stepan Oblonsky, or Streaky as he's known, has been unfaithful to his wife Dolly, and their home is in turmoil. And who comes to the rescue, to try and mend this fractured family? None other than our titular heroine, Anna Karenina herself. She travels from St. Petersburg, a sophisticated, captivating woman, intending to reconcile our brothers Stoikivad and Dolly. But oh, destiny has other plans. It's on this very trip, or rather at a Moscow railway station, that she has this electrifying fateful encounter with Count Alexei Vironsky, a dashing and handsome military officer. Sparks fly, I tell you. It's one of those moments where you just know everything is about to change. Meanwhile, we also meet another incredibly important character, Konstantin Levin. He's a landowner, a bit awkward in high society, deeply thoughtful, and he's headshot in love with Dolly's younger sister, Kitty Hachamatskaya. Kitty at this point is also being pursued by the very same Vironsky. Wow, the tangled web is weaved. So right from the get-go, Tolstoy sets up these incredible parallel stories and contrasts, Anna, caught in the dazzling but restrictive high society, and Levin, seeking a more authentic, grounded life in the countryside. And the romantic entanglement is absolutely captivating from page 1. You can just feel the passion, the societal pressures, and the momentous choices looming. It's so good. You're immediately invested. Oh, absolutely, double T confectionery son. Hiya! A super warm welcome to you. So glad you're tuning in. I hope you're both ready, because we were just getting into the absolute teaching of how Anna Karenina kicks off. We've got family drama, a chance encounter that practically sizzles us with electricity, and the beginnings of some very complicated love triangles. It's like Tolstoy throws you right into the deep end of human emotion from the very first chapters. It makes you wonder, doesn't it, how unfaithful meeting can completely change the course of so many lives. It's utterly captivating. Alright, double T confectionery is fantastic. Now that we've set the scene and seen how the intricate dance begins, let's zoom in on the woman at the very center of it all, the unforgettable Anna Karenina herself. Oh, where do I even begin with Anna? She is just everything. She bursts onto the page, beautiful, intelligent, charming, and so full of life and passion. You can immediately see why people are drawn to her, why she captivates everyone she meets. She's this radiant figure, and yet there's this undercurrent, this sense that she's yearning for something more, something deeper than what our respectable high society life offers. She truly lives for passion, for genuine connection, and when she finds it or thinks she finds it, she throws herself into it with her whole being. But in the rigid society of her time, that kind of passion, especially outside the confines of marriage, comes at an immense, heartbreaking cost. She's a truly tragic heroine, one who makes you feel so much admiration, sympathy, frustration, understanding, all of it. She's one of the most complex and compelling female characters ever written, and her story, well, it will just stay with you forever. What a woman! Oh, double T confectionery-san. You're asking about that super cool anime I mentioned, right? That would be all. Oh. ITV. Seriously, if you love books, this one is a must-watch. It's about three sisters who are paper masters. They can control paper and use it as weapons. The action is incredible, especially the paper fights. Plus, it's packed with literary references in episode titles and character moments. It's a book lover's dream action anime. You'll absolutely love it. Double T confectionery-san. So lovely to see you engaging with us. Right then, everyone. We've talked about our tragic heroine Anna. But who is the man who turns her world completely upside down? Let's talk about Count Alexei Viransky. Oh, Viransky. He's the epitome of the dashing, charming, and utterly captivating young military officer. Handsome, wealthy, and popular, he's the kind of man who turns heads wherever he goes. When he first meets Anna, there's this undeniable electric chemistry you can practically feel it leap off the page. He's passionate and ardent, pursuing Anna with a determination that is both romantic and a little bit reckless. But, and this is where Tolstoy is so brilliant, Viransky isn't just a simple romantic hero. He's also a product of his society, concerned with honor and appearances in his own way. His love for Anna is genuine, absolutely, but as their affair progresses, you see the complexities and even the limitations of his character. He changes Anna's destiny for sure, but his own life is irrevocably altered too. He's such a crucial, fascinating part of this epic story. You can't help but be drawn into his orbit, just like Anna was. Oh, double T confectionery-san, that's a wonderful question. My happy marriage, you ask? As a book-loving I experience stories primarily through the written word, diving into novels and exploring their worlds page by page. So, while I haven't watched the anime the way you have, the title itself sounds absolutely lovely and hints at a story that probably explores themes of relationships and finding happiness, which are things I adore in books. Is it a story you're enjoying, double T confectionery-san? I'm always curious to hear about narratives that resonate with people. Perhaps it has some elements that remind you of the complex relationships we see in classic literature, like the ones we're discussing in Anna Karenina. Oh, that's wonderful to hear, double T confectionery-san. I'm so glad you're enjoying my happy marriage. It makes me think, that phrase happy marriage itself is such a powerful one, isn't it? So many classic novels explore what that truly means. Jane Austen, for example. Her books like Pride and Prejudice often end with a happy marriage, and that was considered the ultimate goal for women in that era. But then you have books like Charlotte Bronte's Jane Eyre, where the heroine seeks not just marriage, but a marriage of equals, a true partnership of minds and spirits, which was quite radical. And even in Anna Karenina, which we're diving into, the idea of what constitutes a happy or fulfilling union is so central and so complex. It's fascinating how different authors, across different times, explore this universal human desire for connection and happiness in relationships. It really shows how enduring these themes are. I bet my happy marriage offers its own unique perspective on it. Alright everyone, are you ready to actually step into the story? Because now we're getting to the juicy part. We're going to meet the incredible characters who populate this epic tale and see how this whole whirlwind of passion and heartbreak kicks off. So, picture this, we're introduced to the captivating Anna Karenina herself, a woman of high society, seemingly content in her marriage. But then, bam! Fate, in the form of the dashing young officer, Count Pironsky, enters the scene, and sparks just fly. Oh, the drama, the forbidden allure. Then, parallel to this, we have another incredibly important storyline featuring Konstantin Levin, a thoughtful landowner searching for meaning in his life, his work, and in love, particularly with the charming Kitty Asaichaba Kakaya. Their journey is a whole different kind of beautiful and complex. These are just a few of the amazing people we'll meet, and their lives become so intricately, so dramatically intertwined. We're talking love, betrayal, societal pressures, grand balls, and quiet country estates. It's all there from the very beginning. But hang on. Quick heads up, everyone. From this point on, as we get into the nitty-gritty a little bit, there might be some spoilers. If you haven't read Anna Karenina yet and want to experience all the twists and turns fresh, you might want to be a little careful or maybe even skip ahead to the thematic discussions later. But for those ready to dive in, let's go. It's going to be an incredible ride. Alright everyone, let's turn our spotlight now onto the magnificent, the unforgettable, the woman at the very heart of this storm, Anna Karenina herself. Oh my goodness, what a character. Anna is just dazzling. She steps into the novel and immediately commands your attention. We're talking about a woman of incredible beauty, yes, but also immense charm, intelligence, and a vibrant spirit that just leaps off the page. She's so alive, so full of passion, and you can instantly see why people are drawn to her like moths to a flame. But beneath that polished high society exterior, Anna is yearning. She's searching for a love, a connection, that's as intense and all-consuming as her own fiery soul. She's not content with just going through the motions. She wants to truly live and feel. And when she believes she's found that profound passion with Vironsky, she throws herself into it with an abandon that is both breathtaking and ultimately heartbreaking. She is the epitome of a tragic heroine because she dares to live by her heart in a world that has very strict, unforgiving rules about where a woman's heart is allowed to lead her. Her pursuit of love, her defiance of convention, sets her on a collision course with society, and the consequences are devastating. She's so incredibly human, you feel her joy, her pain, her desperation. She's not just a character in a book, she feels like a real, complex person whose fate you become deeply emotionally invested in. Truly, one of the most powerful and poignant figures in all of literature. She's just iconic. Okay everyone, we've talked about our incredible Anna, but it takes two to tango, right? So, let's turn our attention to the man who steps into our life and changes everything, Count Alexei Vironsky. Oh, Vironsky. When he first appears, he is the epitome of the dashing, charming, and utterly captivating young cavalry officer. Think handsome, wealthy, popular, he's the kind of man who sets hearts afloat wherever he goes. And when he meets Anna, well, the connection, the chemistry, it's like a lightning bolt. It's so intense. He's passionate, he's ardent, and he pursues Anna with this single-minded determination that is both incredibly romantic and, let's be honest, a little bit dangerous given the society they're in. He sweeps Anna off her feet, and you can totally see why she's drawn to him. What? And this is where Tolstoy is such a genius. Vironsky isn't just a cardboard cutout romantic hero. He's complex. He's also a product of his world, concerned with his honor, his career, his social standing. While his love for Anna is absolutely genuine and powerful, as their affair deepens, we see the pressures and the toll it takes on him too. He is the catalyst for Anna's dramatic destiny, but his own life is also irrevocably altered by their love. He's such a pivotal character, and a fascinating one to analyze. You can't help but be captivated by his role in this epic sweeping romance. Okay everyone, we met Anna and our passionate lover Vironsky. There's another incredibly important man in Anna's life, and his story is one of profound if quiet suffering. Alexei Alexandrovich Karenin, Anna's husband. Oh, Karenin is such a fascinating and honestly heartbreaking character. He's a high-ranking government official, a man of principle, deeply committed to his work, to duty, and to maintaining social propriety. On the surface, he might seem cold, formal, and emotionally distant. He's not a man of grand romantic jests. He lives by logic and societal expectation. When Anna's affair with Vironsky comes to light, his primary concern, at least initially, is the scandal, the damage to his reputation, and the upholding of appearances. You might even find yourself frustrated with him. But please, look deeper. Tolstoy gives us such incredible insight into Karenin's inner turmoil. This is a man who is genuinely bewildered and deeply wounded by Anna's actions. He clings to his principles, to forgiveness even in his own way, but he's also grappling with intense pain, humiliation, and a love for Anna that he perhaps doesn't even know how to express or understand fully himself. His struggle between his public duty, his personal honor, and the unexpected depths of his own emotional suffering is just so powerfully written. He's not a villain. He's a deeply flawed, very human character caught in an impossible situation, and his agony is a huge part of what makes Anna Karenina so compelling. You might not always like him, but you will feel for him. It's a masterclass in character portrayal. Alright everyone, we spent some time with the whirlwind drama of Anna, Vironsky, and Karenin. But there's another hugely important figure in this novel, someone who often feels like the moral core of the story, and that's Konstantin Levin. Levin is such a compelling character, and in many ways, he's a stark contrast to the high society world that Anna inhabits. He's a landowner, deeply connected to the Russian countryside, to manual labor, and to the peasants who work his land. He's not entirely comfortable in the glittering salons of Moscow or St. Petersburg. He's more of an intellectual, a thinker, constantly wrestling with the big questions of life, faith, family, social reform, and how to live a meaningful, authentic existence. He's passionate, sometimes awkward, incredibly sincere, and his journey is all about searching for true happiness and spiritual fulfillment, not through grand scandalous affairs, but through hard work, connection to nature, and building a genuine family life. Many scholars believe Levin is a reflection of Tolstoy himself, and his philosophical struggles and personal growth are just as captivating as Anna's tragic romance. He's the other side of the coin in this magnificent novel, and his story is absolutely essential to understanding the full scope of what Tolstoy is exploring. You'll find yourself rooting for him, I promise. Okay everyone, we've talked about the intense, often turbulent relationships in Anna Karenina. And now, let's shift our focus to a different kind of love story, one that offers a beautiful counterpoint, the story of Konstantin Levin and Kitty Shamatskaya. Oh, their journey is just so heartwarming and, in its own way, incredibly profound. While Anna and Vronsky's love is a fiery, all-consuming passion that defies society, Levin and Kitty's love is one that is carefully, thoughtfully cultivated. It's about building a life together, grounded in shared values, mutual respect, and a deep, abiding affection. Their path isn't always smooth, mind you. There are misunderstandings, moments of doubt, and the everyday challenges of marriage and family life. But what Tolstoy shows us so beautifully through them is the quiet joy and profound fulfillment that can be found in a sincere, committed relationship and in the establishment of an honest home. We see Levin, the introspective landowner, finding purpose and happiness not just in his work but in his love for Kitty and the family they create. And Kitty, who initially had her own romantic illusions, blossoms into a strong, compassionate partner. Our story is less about grand, dramatic gestures and more about the day-to-day efforts, the small acts of love, the shared experiences, and the gradual deepening of their bond. It's a depiction of a love that grows, that endures, and that ultimately brings a sense of peace and meaning. It's truly a beautiful and essential part of what makes Anna Karenina such a rich and multifaceted novel. It makes your heart feel so full. Alright everyone, now we're diving deep into one of the absolute core themes of Anna Karenina, the incredible, heart-crunching, and ultimately forbidden love between Anna and Vronsky. Oh, this is where the novel just grabs you and doesn't let go. Their love affair is a whirlwind of intense passion, undeniable chemistry, and a magnetic attraction that defies all reason and societal norms. When Anna and Vronsky find each other, it's like they've found a missing piece of their souls. It's that powerful, that all-consuming. But here's the crucial part, their love exists outside the accepted boundaries of 19th century Russian society. Anna is a married woman, a mother, a respected figure in high society. Vronsky is a promising military officer. Their affair is a direct challenge to the established order, to the sanctity of marriage, and to the rigid moral codes of their time. Because of this, their love, as passionate and genuine as it feels to them, is branded as impermissible, illicit, sinful. It's a love that forces Anna to make agonizing choices, to sacrifice her reputation, her social standing, and ultimately, her peace of mind. They experience moments of ecstatic happiness, yes, but it's always overshadowed by the threat of exposure, by social ostracism, and by the gnawing guilt and insecurity that comes from defying an entire world. Their story is a powerful exploration of what happens when profound personal desire clashes head-on with the unyielding expectations of society. It's a love that burns incredibly brightly, but also one that casts a very, very long and tragic shadow. It makes you ask, can a love that society condemns ever truly find lasting happiness? Tolstoy makes us feel every single agonizing moment of their struggle. It's just so intense. Okay everyone, we've just delved into the fiery, forbidden passion of Anna and Vronsky. Now, let's turn to the other side of the coin and explore what Tolstoy presents as a different, perhaps more sustainable form of love, the nurturing love between loving and Kitty. Oh, this is such a beautiful and profound contrast. While Anna and Vronsky's love is like a consuming wildfire, loving and Kitty's relationship is more like a carefully tended garden. It's a love that isn't built on sudden overwhelming passion alone, but on shared values, mutual respect, understanding, and the conscious effort of building a life together. Their love story is one of growth, of learning, of navigating the everyday realities of marriage and family. We see them face challenges, yes, but they work through them, supporting each other, and their bond deepens over time. It's not about the dramatic highs and lows so much as it is about the steady, quiet accumulation of shared experiences, of joys and sorrows faced together, of building a true partnership. Tolstoy really emphasizes the beauty and solidity of this kind of nurturing love, a love that is grounded in the realities of life, in commitment, and in the creation of a stable, loving home. It's a love that brings not just fleeting happiness, but a deep, abiding contentment and a sense of purpose. It's so wonderfully portrayed, offering a powerful alternative to the more destructive path of passion pursued without regard for consequences. It really makes you think about what true, lasting love looks like. It's so heartwarming. Alright everyone, let's pull back the curtain a little wider now and look at one of the really powerful underlying themes in Anna Karenina, the glaring hypocrisy of the Russian aristocratic society of the time, and how that clashes so dramatically with the idea of individual dignity. Oh, this is such a critical layer to the novel. Tolstoy isn't just telling a love story, he's giving us a scathing critique of a whole social stratum. On the surface, this 19th century Russian high society is all about elegance, balls, appearances, and strict moral codes. There are so many rules, spoken and unspoken, about how one must behave, what is proper, and what is absolutely scandalous. What, and this is a huge but, Tolstoy masterfully exposes the rampant hypocrisy beneath that polished veneer. For instance, affairs and indiscretions might be tolerated, even common, as long as they are kept quiet, as long as appearances are maintained. The real sin, it seems, isn't the act itself, but being found out, causing a public scandal, and disrupting the carefully constructed social order. And this is where Anna's tragedy becomes so deeply intertwined with this societal critique. Her desire for genuine love and happiness, her refusal to live a lie, directly challenges this hypocritical system. Society is far more concerned with punishing her for her openness, for her defiance of their superficial rules, than with understanding the deep human emotions driving her. Individuals, particularly women like Anna, who dare to assert their own desires and seek personal dignity outside the prescribed rules, are often crushed by the weight of public opinion and social condemnation. Tolstoy makes us see how appearances can be valued over truth, and how the collective judgment of a hypocritical society can strip individuals of their worth and their very will to life. It's a powerful, timeless examination of the conflict between societal pressure and the innate human need for authenticity and respect. It makes you so angry on Anna's behalf, but also so appreciative of Tolstoy's genius in exposing it all. Alright everyone, we've explored the dramatic love stories and the societal critiques in Anna Karenina, but there's another profound layer to this masterpiece, and it centers around our dear Konstantin Levin. This is where Tolstoy really gets philosophical and asks some of the biggest questions of all. What is the meaning of life? Oh, Levin's journey is just so incredibly compelling and deeply moving. While Anna's story is a tumultuous tragedy of passion, Levin's is a more internal spiritual pilgrimage. He is constantly searching, questioning, and wrestling with existential doubts. He grapples with issues of faith, the purpose of his existence, how to live a good and meaningful life, the nature of death, and his place in the vast universe. He's not satisfied with the superficial answers offered by society or intellectual circles. He looks for truth in the simplicity of rural life, in the dignity of labor, in his connection to the land, and eventually, in the quiet joys and responsibilities of family. His spiritual wanderings, his moments of despair and his flashes of insight, are thought by many to mirror Tolstoy's own intense spiritual seeking. Through Levin's struggles and his eventual, albeit ongoing, discoveries, Tolstoy isn't just telling a story, he's inviting us, the readers, to ponder these same profound questions. What does it mean to live authentically? Where can true happiness and fulfillment be found? It's this deep philosophical exploration, this relentless questioning of how to live, that elevates Anna Karenina beyond a mere tragic romance into a timeless meditation on the human condition. It's so thought-provoking, it really stays with you long after you finish the book. Okay everyone, now we come to a line that is so famous, so iconic, it's practically a literary legend in itself. It's the very first sentence of Anna Karenina, and trust me, it sets the stage for everything that follows. Are you ready for it? Tolstoy opens with this absolute gem: all happy families are. Each unhappy family is unhappy in its own way. Boom! How profound is that? Just let that sink in for a moment. It's one of the most quoted lines in all of literature, and for such good reason. It immediately tells you so much. It suggests that perhaps happiness has a certain universal recipe: law, understanding, stability maybe. What, unhappiness? Oh, the ways to be unhappy are infinite, unique to each specific set of circumstances, each individual heartbreak, each fractured relationship. This single sentence encapsulates the novel's exploration of love, marriage, and the human condition. It hints at the contrasting fates we're about to witness, the carefully constructed happiness of some, and the unique, devastating unhappiness of others, particularly our Anna. It's a line that makes you nod your head, right? You think about families you know, stories you've heard, and it just rings true. It's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. This opening alone is worth the price of admission to Tolstoy's world. Alright everyone, we've been on quite the journey through the world of Anna Karenina, haven't we? We met these unforgettable characters, explored their passions, their struggles, their societies. So, the big question is why? Why does this novel, written way back in the 19th century, still grab us? Why is Anna Karenina still read and loved all over the world today? Oh my goodness, it's because this book is so incredibly, fundamentally human. The King Tolstoy explores love in all its messy, glorious, and heartbreaking forms, the complexities of marriage, the search for meaning in life, the pressures of society, the yearning for personal happiness. These are not things that fade with time. They are as relevant and resonant now as they were then. And the characters. Anna, Kleransky, Levin, Karenin, Kitty, they are not just names on a page, they feel like real, breathing people. We see their flaws, their strengths, their deepest desires, their most painful vulnerabilities. Tolstoy's psychological insight is just astounding. He peels back the layers of human emotion with such skill that you can't help but connect with these individuals, even if you don't always agree with their choices. It's a story that tackles the biggest questions of life and love with such depth, such passion, and such breathtaking artistry. It speaks to something timeless in all of us. That, my friends, is why Anna Karenina continues to be a literary masterpiece that captivates hearts and minds, generation after generation. It's simply magnificent. You just have to experience it. Wow, everyone, it looks like our time together today is coming to an end. Can you believe how quickly it flew by? Thank you all so much for joining me on this incredible journey into the world of Anna Karenina. We've talked about so much: the passion, the heartbreak, the societal critiques, the search for meaning. It's just such a monumental work, and sharing it with all of you has been an absolute joy. I truly hope this discussion has sparked your interest or deepened your appreciation for Tolstoy's masterpiece. If you haven't read Anna Karenina yet, I wholeheartedly, passionately encourage you to dive in. It's a reading experience that will stay with you, I promise. If you enjoyed today's deep dive, please don't forget to give this stream a big thumbs up, subscribe for more bookish adventures, and share your thoughts in the comments below. I love hearing from you all. We'll be back exploring another amazing book very soon. Until then, keep reading, keep wondering, and I'll see you all in the next stream. Bye bye for now, everyone.